Hey guys, sorry, wait a minute. Top of the morning to you, laddie. It's welcome back to the channel. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you know how I am. So yeah, we're talking about Crimson Desert. This is a game that is releasing this Thursday on March 19th, and I was very excited for it, and I still am. But there's a few things we gotta kind of talk about right now. I'm not gonna lie, okay. I filmed a video about this game about 2 days ago, and I was bitching for about 20 minutes, being like, where's the console footage? Where's the console footage? These guys are stupid, right? Oh, it's a scam. It's a scam. And then, of course, yesterday we get gameplay, or I should say this morning on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, of course, we get, gameplay. Now, look, this is a game that I've very, very, very been much looking forward to, right? Like, for a very long time. It looks incredible. If you haven't seen gameplay, I'm probably showing some Cyberpunk gameplay of glitches or, actual Crimson Desert gameplay. But, yeah, it looks incredible. I mean, like, the open world is massive. It looks really, really fun. It's basically like a RPG, but it's not an RPG. You know what I mean? Like, it's an action game in the vein of, like, a Red Dead 2 or an Elden Ring or a Skyrim or a Witcher 3 or a Breath of the Wild type thing, Immortals Phoenix Rising, you know what I mean? Like, it's got RPG elements, but through and through it's an action game in this massive open world. You play as a guy called Cliff, and I'm assuming he's going to run off a cliff at some point, and that's going to be interesting. But the game itself looks really, really fun. And, of course, you get the, I think there's like a troll guy and some other girl you play as, but, it's a really fun-looking game. I mean, it's got really good combat. It's by some Korean studio, so they have their own, like, built-in engine. It's not Unreal Engine 5, so it looks really clean, right? And we've seen a lot of gameplay for this product, right? We've seen a lot on PC. We saw a little bit on Mac. We saw a little bit on a Potato, and we saw a little bit in PS5 Pro. But we didn't really see anything on base consoles, and that's why I was so nervous, and, the rest of the, millions of people, presumably, because the game looks incredible, like, straight up. But it didn't look incredible on, the consoles that we were going to buy them for, which is a problem. Because it's like, okay, the game can look freaking incredible on PC, right? But on my console, if I don't see any gameplay, how do I know the game isn't a stuttering, complete garbage nonsense fest, right? We've obviously seen it. We've been burnt out before, right? Games like Cyberpunk 2077, as I like to call Cyberjunk 1977. The game dropped day one. It was garbage, right? At least on base consoles, right? Base PS4, base Xbox One. You know what happened. Everyone and their friggin' grandma knows what happened with Cyberpunk, right? No one liked it. It was horrible. And to this day, is it better? Yes. Does it still run like a freight train on crack? Yeah. It's, for me at least, on Xbox and PlayStation, it still stutters, so I don't know. But, you also get games like Grand Theft Auto, the Definitive Edition, which, again, ran like garbage, and, GTA 3 had, like, the Milk Rain, Vice City were, like, falling through the freaking ground or whatever. San Andreas had a bunch of weird-looking NPCs. The Grove Street gang members looked like Patrick Star. It was crazy. And, obviously, the game's in a better state now, but, again, still not great, right? 3 and Vice City, I guess, are fine, but, San Andreas, I just ended up playing the 360 version on my Series X. It's 30 FPS, but it runs better, right? And then, you get games like No Man's Sky, which maybe didn't, they ran okay, but it was more or less, that was the case of, the game just didn't live up to really anything they promised, right? And then, there's like Gollum, stuff like that, no one cares, right? Rise of Kong, the Rudolph game. So, there are games that release broken, and then there are games that have a lot of hype that release broken, right? And Crimson Desert has a lot of hype around it. I mean, for me, it's my second most anticipated game of the year. It's Lego Batman, Crimson Desert, GTA 6. And you're probably wondering why GTA isn't number one. Well, we have no gameplay. And, Lego Batman and Crimson Desert, at least we got something to look at. GTA, we got nothing. Obviously, there is a case of, I think Rockstar was like, well, there's actually some gameplay in the trailer. If you guys didn't notice, there's gameplay in the trailer. But it's like, no, well, there's no HUD, and I can't effing tell what the gameplay is versus what's a cutscene. So, I guess, I'm screwed, I guess. So, I'm still looking forward to GTA 6, but Crimson Desert at least has something for me to look at and go, okay, here's, presumably what I'm going to get. And for the longest time, we didn't get any of that, PlayStation 5 base or Xbox Series S and X gameplay. Now, we know the specs, right? We know what goes into these games. PS5 and Series X, you've got, I believe, a performance mode, which is, I believe, 1080p, 60 FPS. You got a balance mode, which I don't think I can actually use the balance mode because I don't have any of that VRR crap or whatever. But if you do, it's like 40 to 50 FPS, a little baby bit of ray tracing. and an overall higher resolution. And then you get the quality mode, which is, of course, I think 1440p, I believe, upscaled 4K at 30 FPS on PS5 and Series X. And look, that's cool. And Series S, I guess you're just whatever, right? Like, you get 720p, 6 FPS, I don't know. Look, but at the same time, if you're a Series S, I really hope that you enjoy this game and it's good, right? I did pre-order. Now, I did pre-order the game before I got the console footage because I was stupid. But, it's like, whatever, what are you going to do? I guess I'm part of the problem. But, I pre-ordered it on my Series X, and I'm getting it on Thursday after work. I'm going to go to Best Buy and pick it up, and hopefully it'll be, magical and fantastical, right? That's at least my hope. Now, I'm going to probably have a short little unboxing video on YouTube Shorts. I'm going to film some gameplay probably over the weekend. Just give you guys like a little bit of gameplay, my initial thoughts. But, again, that was the problem. Before this morning, right, we got, like, no console footage. And, yeah, we got we got PS5 Pro, but, no one's got a freaking PS5 Pro, right? 4% or whatever have it. It's a I have a PS5 Pro. Cool. I'm glad. Enjoy it. But a lot of people don't have access to a PS5 Pro. It's stupid expensive. It's just not practical for a lot of people, right? I guess, trade-off between a better GPU or CPU or whatever for $200, $300 extra dollars, maybe not exactly worth it for, a lot of people. It's a lot of money to just, drop on a console for, like, what would be a minimal upgrade for certain games, right? Now, obviously, Crimson Desert is going to look and run better on PS5 Pro than it would on the base. But people were a little bit nervous, and they're like, oh, well, the last time game devs, didn't show console footage was for Cyberpunk, was for GTA Defective Edition, and look how those turned out. They were freaking garbage, right? They were horrible on day one. They were literal trash, unplayable nonsense. And we were like, okay, well, clearly it looks good on PC and the Mac and the PS5 Pro, but what about these base systems? Is it still going to be good? Is it going to be a train wreck? And thankfully we got for some weird reason, we got some really weird first look at the PS5 base console, which is the one I have, even though I'm getting it on Xbox Series X, which that's another thing we'll get to in a minute. The PS5 base console footage has been shown off. I'll have a link in the description down below if you want to go check it out, but it's like 20 whatever minutes. It's some Japanese guy or Chinese guy, Korean guy, some Asian dude, I don't know. He's playing the, I'm a white guy, right? I don't know. But, he's playing the game. And, obviously, I don't speak whatever he's speaking, so I have no clue what the heck he's saying. Maybe he's cursing at us, or he's just saying the game runs like trash. I don't know. But, there's probably a translator out there that says, hey, it's good, or runs like trash. I don't know. But from what I've seen, I didn't study the whole thing frame by frame because I'm getting it in like a day and a half, but it looks fine. Like, it looks good, I should say, right? It doesn't look incredible, but it don't look bad either, right? Now from what I've seen, it looked like 1080p 30 FPS. However, as YouTube has this encoding software, right, where they kind of put things through like a specific, I don't know, bit rate or whatever the hell you call it, right? And like certain streaming modes or I don't know, whatever the fudge you want to call it, but certain videos don't look as good on a phone or on a tablet or Chromebook, PC, whatever, as opposed to you looking at your TV screen and playing it, right? So you're seeing a lot of these comparisons where they're like, oh, here's Crimson Desert on PC, look how clean it looks, and here's the potato PS5, looks like blurry nonsense, right? For some reason, they decided to effing upload this gameplay footage at 1080p 30 FPS. So yeah, it's even though I know that's what the game should be for certain people, but the video that we saw, like the world premiere first exclusive look at base console footage, it's kind of messy and muddled, right? Like the game looks good, right? It's just the way that they actually showed this off, it's kind of weird. PC and PS5 Pro, they got these crazy deep dive videos, and here's all the frame rate counters, and here's the this and the pixels, and then base console, they're like, yeah, here's some random Korean dude playing the game, and enjoy it. It's like, cool, all right, great, thanks. Now I know it's the Japanese or whatever their official PlayStation channel, but it was just kind of weird, right? Like it's not even in English. Like, I get it. It's a Korean developer or whatever, but, 95% of the people playing this probably speak English, so we don't know what the heck is going on, right? I don't know what he's saying, but the gameplay does speak for itself, and it don't look that bad, okay? Like, in Pywell or whatever, how you pronounce it, it looks good. I mean, it's what I hopefully was expecting. We were all nervous because, oh, well, we haven't seen any base console, so clearly they're hiding something, right? They're hiding something. And even though, the Will Powers, the PR guy, right? Like the marketing guy for this game, he's an idiot straight up. But, he's over here being like, well, actually, our game runs, like, really good. You should just trust us. It's like, well, that's not really how marketing goes. I'm not in marketing. But even I know that, right? Like you can get a hobo down the street and he'd probably tell you, yeah, if you're promoting your video game, you probably want to show your video game and not just, tell us how it runs. Like, show us maybe, right? That's an idea. So yeah, we got the specs and we got the little board of knowledge and info. But to actually, finally see some base console footage, it put my mind at ease, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, maybe it won't be as good as PS5 Pro or PC, but I don't care. I'm never going to get a freaking PC. I'm probably never going to get a PS5 Pro. I'm just going to hold off till the PS6, right? So, for me, it wouldn't really be worth it, but that's all I care about. I want to see base console, and from what I saw, again, for some weird reason, it was not in English, and it isn't, it doesn't look that great because of the YouTube encoding or whatever, but it does look, like, functional. You know what I mean? It's not Cyberpunk levels of, you're falling through the floor, and it goes to 10 FPS whenever a pin drops. You know what I mean? Like, it looks stable enough, and it looks good. The game, it really looks really freaking good. I am, like, stupid excited for Thursday. I really wish that, these 2 days would fly by. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. It's probably going to go really slow, knowing me. But, yeah, I mean, I was really kind of hesitant, because I'm like, all right, I pre-ordered, but we have no clue what it looks like. And to be honest, as of the 17th of March, 2 days before release, apparently we're getting a review embargo lift tomorrow on the 18th. We also currently do not have any Xbox gameplay at all. Unless I'm stupid, I haven't seen any, but Xbox Series X and X, we have nothing. Yeah, we got base PS5, which, again, the PS5 base and the Series X, they're pretty much identical, right? Pretty much. What you're seeing on your base PS5 gameplay is pretty identical to what you're going to be seeing on the Series X, right? Now, again, I could be wrong. I could get this game on Thursday, plop it in the disc after 6 freaking years of an update, and, look, it runs like trash, right? So, we don't really know until we're actually playing it on our TVs, on our Series X, and finding that out. However, it is a bit worrisome that they did, they're favoring PlayStation more than, Xbox, which I get it. I understand PlayStation's the cool guys, right? Xbox is for losers, but I got it on Xbox, I guess, and maybe I'm an idiot, but it don't look that bad from what I saw on the base console. Am I nervous now? Not really. And unless they pulled the rug out from under our feet and they do a full 180 and like complete trash on day one. I heard there is going to be around a 48 to 50 gigabyte day one patch, so that's going to iron some kinks out. I'm not saying this has to be a flawless experience day one. Not many games are. I think the last few games I got that actually were pretty much perfect out of the gate was like Lego Star Wars, Star Wars Outlaws, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Neo 3. That's Elden Ring, stuff like that, right? Like the newer, even Lego Star Wars had flickering, or Outlaws had to play in quality mode, but little things like that. Like the games did fundamentally work, right? It's not like they were unpolished, broken messes, thankfully. So I'm not expecting this to be that, but I was nervous, right? I mean, you should have been too, right? I mean, as a console player, we kind of deserve to get that footage, because then it's like, okay, well, give us your money. Well, why would I give you my money if I don't know what I'm effing buying? You know what I mean? Like, I still don't have any Xbox gameplay, but I know enough about consoles to know that the PS5 and the Series X are pretty identical in terms of, a lot of the things behind the scenes, so to speak, in the console itself. So I don't think it's going to be a complete disaster. I'll let you guys know on Thursday, though. I'm going to have a short video kind of unboxing the game, and as soon as I get back from Hogwarts, I'm rushing to Best Buy, and I'm rushing home, and hopefully it doesn't take till 10:30 at night to install it, so I can play it a little bit. We'll see what happens there, but I'm excited. I'm not as nervous. You shouldn't be as nervous either. I think that we finally got some base console footage. It's really weird how they did it. It's really weird that it took so friggin' long, okay? There were a lot of red flags, and to be honest, there's still a red flag for Xbox. We have no gameplay. However, again, hopefully they should be around the same. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. Were you nervous about Crimson Desert? Are you getting it on PC, Mac, Potato, 3DS, Switch, or Xbox and PlayStation? Again, I am getting it on my Series X, so hopefully it runs good there. I'm going to try my best to go with performance at 1080p. I'd rather have frame rate than quality, but if the frame rate's inconsistent and it's dropping and it's garbage and it's stuttering, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and go 30 FPS. We'll see how it goes. I think that, from what we've seen on other consoles and now on PS5, it looks like it's going to be stable. Hopefully it won't be a complete, garbage fest, but, we got less than 2 days pretty much to see if this game's actually good. Will it be Game of the Year? I don't know, but I am genuinely excited. I'm I haven't been this excited for a game in a long time. Probably since Lego Star Wars, honestly. And Elden Ring, I suppose, but Lego Star Wars really. But yeah, this is going to be either a make or break for the studio and for, a lot of people, right? This is a game that really kind of, for me at least, quickly crept up to be very anticipated. Like, I knew about it, and I knew it was a thing, but it almost looked too good to be true, and you've probably seen that, that term bounce around online where it's just like, it looks so good. This has to be a scam, right? Like, it can't be real. We've gotten screwed so many times before as gamers, right? It's got to be wrong, right? It's got to be a big trick. But no, from what we've seen, it's real. It's coming out in 2 days, and hopefully it'll be a very, very fun game. It'll run well. It'll look good, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, I will let you guys know. Obviously, I'm a small channel, and there's going to be a billion people that cover this game before me that get more views. However, if you are loyal, I do appreciate you sticking by my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I posted, but I'm not dead. I'm not going anywhere. I will get you an unboxing video with some kind of YouTube short, and over the weekend I'll give you guys some first impressions gameplay and a little mini review of what I played so far. But again, expect not perfection, but now that we've actually seen more gameplay and it looks stable and good, I think we can expect a good product on day one. We'll see what happens with a patch or whatnot, but for right now, I'm cautiously optimistic, and I'm pretty friggin' excited. Let's talk all things Crimson Desert down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you in Piewell, or Puwell, or however you say it.